Boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And they desperately wanted to attempt to... Decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. On the ground, it's Young. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying play action. Looking for a deep man. Snatches it on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting on this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Sticks it in his belly. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
Nice job on 3rd and goal. You know what's coming. I know what's coming. The physicality, the offensive line doing a great job, and the fullback gets the handoff right up the gut, takes it downhill, uses his power, and falls into the end zone for the touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The offense lining up for a first down play. Using the quick game. And they pick up just... Completion. Auburn left no doubt the last time these two got together, blowing out the Crimson Tide.
Auburn took care of business, handled the moment, handled the rivalry, the mighty Alabama. They did everything they needed to do to get those bragging rights and beat down the Tide.
And it is so big for recruiting. You think about in the SEC just how competitive that is. If Auburn could beat Alabama, the in-state rival, 2 years in a row, there's going to be a lot of high school prospects with their eyes on this game nationally that are going to want to come to the Plains and get into Jordan here and put on that game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Leaves it with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now, it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. White wants to throw it. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
And the quarterback's in the pocket, and he decides to take off and scramble and just couldn't get to the 1st down marker. You could tell he wanted to pass the football. Maybe it wasn't there. Maybe he scrambled a little bit too soon. But usually when you take off, you better know you're going to get close to that 1st down marker and get it.
Finds his man enough for the 1st. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Tigers have this offense rolling. going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thompson. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in the rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Thompson. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket? You've got time to throw. You got a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make...
He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown time! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Let's see. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for the quarterback.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Final play of the quarter coming. Running back searching for a hole. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long.
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Quick completion on the out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask him to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. On the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now on second and goal. Give to the big fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. USC is on the wrong end of a steel-toed boot today. This is one of those performances we simply don't see from the men of Troy. Embarrassing. They're trailing by 14 to UCLA.
Makes a move. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. They continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Hit as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Looking to throw. He caught it! Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles. He's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Makes the grab on the shuffle. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. He rifles one deep down the right side. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Auburn. On to attempt to try. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. A little surprised to see them line up for an onside kick here. Down 2 possessions, but a lot of time to play. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll go with a direct snap. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Leaves it with the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And here's the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tiger. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Still just a two-possession game. A lot of time to go as they try for the onside kick here. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. That ball scoots through the back.